Hello, all. We are wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, obviously. I hope your compres went well. अगर नहीं भी अच्छे गए तो कोई नहीं अगला सेम फोड़ेंगे. And for the juniors who are here, I hope you are enjoying your online sim. Um, so I hope most of you all are back home and enjoyed the campus experience. So today it's the first session of Android Study Jam, and let me introduce you to our campus facilitator, Yuvraj Singh Badoria. So, Yuvraj, tell us more about yourself.
Hi everyone. First of all, how well your compres went. First of all, if they
Yeah,
didn't go well, then okay, it's fine. As she said, अगला sem फोड़ेंगे. But then, so first of all, I am Yuvraj Singh Badoria, and I am your GDSC facilitator for this year. So we are going to learn about Android development. So our focus will be on the native Android development. And if you don't know about what native Android development is and what other kind of mobile developments are, so we will be talking about that in few minutes. But for now, it's just we are just breaking the ice. We want to ask some questions about what generally is going on in your life and what are all is happening on your side. So first of all, why did you join this event? I mean to ask that why do you want to learn Android development? Anything, just tell anything.
yeah, you can put in the
The
comments.
chat, yeah, in the comments. What's the reason you want to learn Android development or you want to learn mobile development? Because if you don't know the reason, it would be very difficult for you to continue with us for next 10 days. Because this course is gonna be extensive, it's gonna be exhaustive, it's gonna take a lot of your time, your effort. And if you don't know why you are here, then I don't think you would be able to continue it for the 10 days. So Sheetal is saying it's her dream to make a game. Okay. Interested in coding, wanted to explore different fields. Nice answer. Naman, good. I want to convert my idea to an app.
To become a
Nice.
billionaire, nice.
Yeah. Create my own tech company. Nice. Okay.
Okay, now CEO entrepreneur moment. I want to create an app for my idea. Nice.
Exploring as a first day. Nice.
Arush Shukla, just trying to explore. Yeah, a message for the juniors. Even this sem will be online. I hope you can explore a lot of fields and then dive deep into the ones that you like. So it's really great that you guys are trying to explore more and more fields.
So the thing is that I was thinking that many of you might not know about like what you can do after you learn Android development, but then I am seeing that a lot of you are aware of what exactly you can do after learning Android development. The thing is, ki if you don't know what you are doing or what will be the outcome of that thing, you would not be interested in it for long. Like if some laborers are there and they're laying the just laying the bricks, so if you don't tell them and if they don't know that they are creating or they're building the catholic, then they would never be able to understand and figure out the importance of their work. That same goes for the Android development as well. See, the Android development for you or for any person, the development is something that you are asked for some requirements and you are just coding something and just making something to fulfill that requirements. It is an Android development, but you should not see this as the mere definition of Android development, because there is a lot of worth which is hidden behind it, and that as a developer should see that you get the power of creating things, you get the power of converting imagination to a real world thing by the help of your skill you will call Android development. And if you don't know, then there are millions and billions of Android users. And if you don't know, then Asha, let me ask you one more question. What other devices Android operating system is there on except for the mobile phones? What other devices can you think of? Just comment it, type it on the chat. Android supports which other devices apart from mobile phones? TV, watch, yeah,
TV.
nice. Anything new? Cars, nice.
Cars.
Okay, there was some lag that. Okay, smart fridges, embedded systems, Chromebooks, TV. Okay, nice.
Blue stacks.
BlueStacks. Okay, you are missing on one new application of Google's, right? Oh, nice, nice, nice. I guess you have
Goggles.
covered everything. Ah,
So
I
some
actually
of them
it's
were asking some questions that how long will be the event. So
so
this session will be about 1 hour 30 minutes. And how many more of these sessions will be there? So this is our first event, and there will be total of 5 events. We have shared the timeline on Insta and even LinkedIn, so you can check it out over there. Um, any further questions you want to ask? Yes, this event will be recorded and will be uploaded on YouTube. You can watch this anytime. Also, during this event, you have to code side by side. Like Yuvraj will be telling you things, and you'll have to do those and try those things out simultaneously. So I hope you are on your laptops and
yeah,
try out
it's
the
important.
things. Yeah, that's important.
So if
Insta
you're not
page name GDSC.BPGC. Insta page name. Yeah.
okay,
Okay. Nice.
then shall we
So
start,
yeah,
Shish?
yeah. Continue, Yuvraj.
Okay, so let's start. Just a second, I'm sharing my screen.
Hmm.
Okay, are my slides visible?
Yes,
Shish,
Yuvraj.
are my slides
Yeah,
visible?
yeah.
Okay. So today we are going to start our Android study gems with our Android basics session one. So the thing is that we are going to do five such sessions as she's told earlier, and in each of them we will be telling you more about Android. We are going to start from the very first unit, that is introduction to Kotlin, and you might not know about units, pathways, and all that. All will be covered in coming minutes. So just have some patience and let's get started. So, for what are the prerequisites? Actually, I got a question from a junior that are there any prerequisites of like should I know coding or should I know object-oriented programming or what else is there? So the thing is that if you want to do Android development, so it will be wrong to say that you don't need any kind of prior programming experience. The thing is you don't need any kind of prior programming experience if you are just beginning. Okay, so this is the true thing. It's not the thing that you don't need prior programming experience, because it requires a lot of advanced concepts as well, like object oriented programming. To be very honest with you, the complete Android development is based on object oriented programming. If you don't know project object oriented programming, you will find it hard to understand many concepts. But as I said earlier, that for beginning it isn't required and it doesn't matter. Okay, so for this complete event, this flagship event of Google, which is going to last for the next 10 days, you would not require any kind of object oriented programming concepts or anything like that, or anything advanced to that level. We will be talking about things, we will be doing things which are very, very basic and very, very naive, and you all will enjoy it. So just chill. So as written here are the prerequisites: basic computer literacy, basic math skills, computer headphones, internet connection, Android device, and USB cable. Okay, so if you are able to come to YouTube and join us, so that means you are capable of doing everything of it. Okay, so that makes you capable of taking this complete workshop as well. Coming to objectives of today's session. So first of all, we will start with motivation. I did a small part of it in the very beginning, and we will continue on the motivation thing for like why should we learn native Android development, and in the native Android development why should we do it with Kotlin, not with Java? Because that's a question. If I'll not answer, then people will ask me that I know Java, can I do Android development in Java, why Kotlin is required. So I'll try to answer them in the beginning. Okay, so just be patient and just listen to me. Be curious, be energetic. Don't be zombies. Okay, if you are present by your body, then be present with your mind as well. Okay, and I'm a lazy person. I'm not going to do a lot. I'll ask you all to do things for me. Okay, so Introduction, the second thing we are going to achieve by today's session is introduction to all the platforms. We will be using any kind of logistics, any kind of website, any kind of platform, everything, anything we are going to introduce to you today only. After that, we will be introducing you to Kotlin. Then we will finally create an app, that dice rolling app, which I guess everybody of you have seen on the WhatsApp group, or I also shared the APK. So if you haven't, then you can go and just see it right now. So this is the today's schedule. That presentation will last for the starting 15 minutes. That's what we are on right now. After that, we will start the introduction of platforms or logistics, and at the end, we will create our first step. That is the Roll Dice app. Now, so whenever I'll come here to discuss things with you, whenever we will be learning something, we will always follow this formula. That this formula is WWH. What does this formula means? Any kind of topic, thing, or whatever is there, if we are going to learn it, we will always learn it in this sequence of why is it required, why is this so, or any why question. Then we will come to the what question, that what exactly is that, what is that, or something that is after the what. Okay, and at the end we'll see how to achieve that particular thing. Because first of all, why gives you motivation to do something, what's help you visualize it, that what exactly you're going to create. And the most and the most major step is how, because without it you won't be able to do anything. Okay, so starting with the why question, why should we learn native Android app development? Okay, that's a good question. So in 2022, this I forgot to mention the sources. This data is from Statistica. You can see it there. In 2022, Android held a share of 95.23% of the mobile operating system market in India. Okay, so you can understand, to the in the total number of population or total number of users of mobile phones, 95.23% of them in India are using Android phones. Okay, so this is one thing. And if you are if you can see more, if you can see more than this, if you are counting other devices, I asked you what other devices are there which supports Android operating system. You told me a lot of devices like TV, your car stereo consoles, and many other devices like that. Okay, so if you count the share of these devices as well, so then you would be able to understand that there's a lot of Android users out there in India. This percentage decreases for countries like USA, because there are many more iOS users in comparison to India. But for India, this percentage is at peak. Okay, then what is the other reason we should be doing native Android development? So since a native app is optimized for a specific platform and utilize its ecosystem to the fullest, it produces a high level and seamless performance and are more scalable than cross platforms. Why I mentioned this point? Actually, as we can see that there are a lot of cross platform nowadays, like Flutter, like Xamarin, and your React Native. So people sometimes ask, like, why should we do native if we can create an app, if we can create an app and we can use it on multi platforms, then what is the need of doing things in native? The thing is, if you're creating something that is compatible with everything, then you won't be able to get fullest of anything. That's truth. So with native we have the fullest of something. We are not available on every device, we are not compatible with every device, but the device we are compatible with the device we are available on, we can take and capture the entire resources of that particular device. So by that we can give users a high level and seamless performance. So that's there with native. So even after coming of even after the rise of many cross platform like Flutter and all, native still exists and will continue to exist in future as well. So don't worry about it. Don't worry, like, if I learn native, then after few years I'll be out of market. No, that's not the thing. So don't worry about that. And the third point is, over 80% of the top 1,000 Android apps contain Kotlin code. Okay, so that's something that has to take with the question. If you had asked me that why to do this Android native Android development in Kotlin rather than going for Flutter, sorry, for Java. So like 80% of the apps today in the Play Store in the top 1,000 list contains some code of Kotlin. Why I'm saying some code of Kotlin? That's also a specialty of Kotlin. Let's see what. So what makes Kotlin better than Java? See, the thing is, the Kotlin code is more expressive and concise. Expressive, you can understand, like you can be more expressive, like people can understand by looking at it early and better. By concise, I mean, like if you are introducing Kotlin, then it will reduce 20% of your code, your size of code by 20% in comparison to Java. And if you are introducing data classes of Kotlin in your code, then this percentage could be 55%. Like 55%, you just need to write 55% of the entire bulk of the code of Java if you are working in Kotlin. So that's a huge difference. And when it comes to MNCs, when it comes to like big enterprises where there are a lot of software, there are a lot of software engineers, it reduces the cost by a huge value. So it matters. This is the safer code. What do I mean by safer code? So there is one thing called null safety exception. So in Kotlin, it is covered by the Kotlin itself. You like your apps will be less prone to get crashed by this null safety exception. So Kotlin is some language which guards you from these kind of crashes, which was not available in Java. The interoperability of Kotlin, that was something I was saying, like contains code of Kotlin. Like in the last slide, I was saying this. What I mean from that was that there are apps which are in Java, but Kotlin is interoperable. That means ki you can have 10 files of Java and you can have that one file of Kotlin, and your entire project will work seamlessly. So Kotlin, if it is Kotlin or if it is Java, there is no differentiation when it's working. Okay. So if you have files in Java and you want to work on Kotlin from now, you can shift. That's possible because Kotlin is interoperable with Java. And last but not the least, the structured concurrency of things or of the features, functions, processes in Kotlin is something that makes it exceptionable and gives a privilege over other cross platforms like Flutter and all. So what do I mean by structured concurrency? Like you can introduce coroutines, which we will learn in our fourth unit, I guess. So in there we'll learn that how to manage many functionalities to occur simultaneously in an app, how to manage functions works in the background of the app. These things are a bit easier, not a bit easier, a lot easier in this native Android development using Kotlin in comparison to other cross platforms. So that was it about why we should do native Android development and why should we choose Kotlin for native Android development. So that was it. And as you can see that there are some famous app you can see on my screen like Slack or like Netflix or Duolingo and this Adobe, and these all are made in Kotlin only. Okay. Then now the question comes, what are all are we going to learn? So we completed the question why. Now we are on what question. So what all are we going to learn today and in the entire Code Gem sessions, like this set of 5 sessions? So we will be doing this course. This is a course. Okay. So I want every one of you to go to this course. I will share the link. This is the
Yeah.
course. Let's see what it is. Okay. So this is the course. This course name is Android Basics in Kotlin. Okay, I'm sharing the link. Check. Shish. Please
Yeah.
share it on the main chat. Everybody come here. Come on this page.
Yeah, I've shared the link.
When you reach here, just say a yes. Just say a yes.
Just type a yes in the chat if you are on this link.
Android Basics in Kotlin.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's
Also,
first.
Yuvraj, someone
Yeah.
asked that what is meant by the term native, as
Okay.
in.
Okay. We'll take the questions in the end. Okay, Shish.
Okay,
Just to
fine.
maintain the flow of the
Hmm.
presentation. Okay, so I guess most of you are here. So actually, what we are going to do in this entire term of 10 days is just covered in this single page. So you can understand how important is for you to understand what exactly is there in this page. So this page is about Android basics in Kotlin. This is a course offered by Google in text form. Okay, in form of tweets and form of text. There are few videos, but they are not in that amount as you can find on Udacity and other courses, which are also offered by Google only. But in this case or in this course, it is mostly tutorial oriented. It is mostly hands-on practice oriented. It's mostly you have to do it on your own by reading the text and following whatever they are saying. Okay, so this is the page. If everyone is here, you can see that there are 6 units. Like you can see unit 1, it is Kotlin basics. Unit 2 is layouts. Unit 3 is navigation. Unit 4 is connect to internet. Unit 5 is data persistent, and unit 6 is work manager. Okay, so we have to complete all these 6 units in this term of 10 days to complete this program. Okay, if you are able to complete these all units under 10 days under my guidance with my support, then you will receive a certification. Okay, what you can do with that certification? So as you can see on this page, this course will help you prepare for the associate Android developer certification exam. So there is a certification exam, AADC. So if you want to apply for it, its fees is around 12,000 rupees. And if you complete this course, if you get a certification from us, then you can get a reimbursement of 80%. That's around 9,000. So you have to pay just a 3,000 sum of money. So it will help you a lot. So that's one thing. And the other thing you are going to receive are these badges. So like, let me come to my presentation again. Okay, here it is. So as you can see, I was here. So you are going to learn everything from this Android basic in Kotlin course. Okay, just keep this thing in mind. Now there are units like Kotlin basics for Android. See, there are units like this. Let's go in one unit and let's explore what all is there inside a unit. So once you open a unit, you can see a lot of things, and these different modules of learning, we call it pathways. So so let me recollect everything for you. There is one website, there is one course whose name is Android basics in Kotlin. In that course there are 6 units, and if you enter a unit, you will find many different pathways inside it, and under many pathways you will find activities. So that was the complete hierarchy. Let's explore one pathway. Okay. This is the pathway number 1, which is Introduction to Kotlin. So today we are planning to complete this complete unit of Kotlin basics. This Kotlin basics. Okay, we will try to complete it today only. So the first thing, as you can see, the first path in the first pathway is Introduction to Kotlin. When you will come here, you will see that there are some videos, there's some text, and at the very end there will be a quiz. You have to take the quiz, and once you take the quiz, it will show that you have completed this thing, and you will earn badges. So what badges are? So to understand badges and to understand how it helps you, so you have to see this thing. You have to create a developer's profile. Again, Shris, I'm sharing this link with you. Please share it with everybody else. Everybody come to this site. Welcome to Google Developer Profile. Come to it. Shish, have you shared? Okay, Shish shared. Okay, everybody come to this site. When you will reach here, you'll get this button saying create a profile. You have to click it, and you have to follow some steps like any onboarding steps, and you have to create your own profile. Okay, you can do it after the session as well, or it's better if you do it now. So I'm giving 2 minutes. Just we are pausing this session for 2 minutes. On 27, I'll resume the session. Until then,
Mhm.
create your profile. I'm
Yeah,
giving you two minutes.
just type done if you have created the
Huh,
profile. Just
you
type done in the
created a
chat.
profile. We'll resume on 27, 21, 27. I mean 9:27.
Yeah, because someone asked that is there any
Yeah.
use of the badges later on? So Yeah, if you complete all the 6 modules, all the 6 badges, you'll get a certificate from us that you have
Yeah.
officially completed the 100 study jam sessions, yeah, like
Okay.
attended the 100
Yeah.
study jam sessions.
That's one thing. Like it will work as a validation for us to understand, or as to judge that whether you have completed it or not. And the other thing is,
Yeah,
this Google developer profile is just a public thing. You can use it as your GitHub profile or
yeah.
any kind of flex profile. You can show it anywhere. It's kind of technical flex you can do anywhere. So like if you are doing some other program from the GDSC, like there will be a lot of many programs, as Shish told you
Other
in his
programs like
introduction.
in Flutter,
Shish, please
in
tell them more
Google
about that.
Cloud, yeah.
Yeah.
So other
So
programs
then,
after Kotlin will be Flutter, Google Cloud, and then even in ML. So even for that, you will need a developer profile. So it's better
yeah.
if you make one right now.
So as many programs you enroll in, and as much as you learn, you'll receive and you'll get and achieve more and more badges. So at the end, after an year, your profile will be like something that's exceptional. Okay, so just
Yeah.
keep working on it, and finally you can share it on any platform, or you can share with your HR. You can mention it in your CV or resume, whatever you want to do with that. For now, it's just a validation for us to understand
Yeah, so
whether.
advantages of a certificate, well, I would say that skills are more important than a certificate. Like you'll get internships and other like opportunities based on the projects that you make more than the certificate.
Yeah,
So I think focus on the skills than the certificate,
yeah,
but you will receive officially a certificate if you complete all the 6 badges. Yeah, that's
yeah. So all the 6 units, like it will have many batches, but like it's 6 units, and like if you don't complete it, then oh sorry, like I was talking about what is the importance of certificates. Then if you don't have this certificate, then you can't claim for 80% reimbursement from that particular fees. So if
yeah,
you want that,
yeah,
and as you asked that the follow-up question of yours was like for internship or anything. So for internship, perhaps you don't need this certificate, but then you need that associate developer associate certificate that has some value, that has a lot of value. And to get that, you can use this certificate. So this certificate is just a stepping stone for you to get that certificate that will help you to get an internship. So you are on the right way. Don't worry. So as I can see that like most of you have
no.
completed. Yes, yes,
No,
first.
this is not for only not for only first year students. Anyone who wants to learn Kotlin can learn from the Android study jam sessions.
Yes. So, like once you have created your profile, it will look like this. So, like even I have not earned a lot of badges for like till now. So, like there here will be your name and your personal info, and here you can see your badges. Okay, once you'll complete a module, or sorry, a unit, then you'll earn some badges corresponding to it. For example, see see here only, like if you will complete this first pathway unit 1, then you will earn these 4 badges. Then when you will complete unit 2, you will earn these 3 badges, and like similarly you understood how you will earn badges. So there are a lot of badges you can earn while completing this course. So this is how it works. Now let's move on. So that was all about what you have to do. So I guess I have answered the question of what we have to do during this course of 10 days, and what is expected from us. So the only thing that is expected from us for receiving a, a certification is just you have to complete all these 6 units. Okay, why we are here, why we are taking these sessions, what's the need of it. So we are here to assist you, to help you complete these 6 units. Okay, and we'll try our best to assist you. Like we'll try to take all of your doubts on the WhatsApp group. You can DM me, or you can just write it. We can create a different group for doubts. We will see, we'll see what we can do. And we will, like after every session or in every session, we'll try to give a insight and a overview of what all is there in every module. Okay, and one more thing we have planned for you guys is that especially it's not a requirement even for us to do, but like Shish was someone who was saying that he want this program to be something else. He want everybody to learn to a different level. It's not just we have to do it for the sake of doing it. So we have planned just extending our hard work, extending our work. We have planned that we will help you to create on an app that will be very interesting, and as you might have seen it in the banners, so in the flyers, it is Pokédex app. So after the 5 days, you will have these apps like Roll Dice app and all these apps which are offered in the course by Google. But we'll also help you, will also assist you, guide you, mentor you to create a app of your own, and that app will be Pokédex, in which you can learn more about Pokemons. You will get an understanding of how we call APIs, what is RESTful API, what is REST APIs, and a lot more. So just be excited for it, and please attend all and every session of ASG. Okay. So let's move on. What a pathway is. I described you what a pathway is. After that, you have to take a quiz. Quiz will look like this. Okay, so you have to basically answer questions. There will be 6 questions. Sometimes there will be 8 to pass a quiz. If there is 6 questions, you have to answer 5 correctly. If there are 8 questions, then you have to answer 7 correctly. So it's just n minus 1 questions you have to answer it correctly so that you can complete that quiz. After this happens, you'll earn a badge and be and congratulations to you as you have earned that badge. Now the other thing was developer's profile. I told you what developer profile is, and I also told you that it has importance. Actually, developer profile by Google is something that's new. It was in its beta phase when I created my developer profile few months ago. So the thing is, why you don't know about developer profile yet is because it's something new. After a few months and years, everybody will showcase their developer profiles, so it is going to be something that will be of importance for you to get in internship or anything. Okay, so just make sure that you have a good developer profile, like you have a good GitHub profile, LinkedIn profile. After some time, it will be like you have to have a good developer profile as well. So now we will start with Kotlin programming language. Okay, so what is there in Kotlin? So I told you that there is many things. We will be doing everything on your own, and as I told you earlier, that I'm a lazy person, and I'll ask you guys to code, and then I'll take your code and I'll put it in the app, and I'll create the app. That's how it is going to be. So just be energetic and just follow along. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. Okay. So now, what is Kotlin Playground? Now this is a good thing. So like Android Studio is not something you can just create a program and you run it under seconds. Android Studio is a very heavy application. It takes a lot of RAM time and battery, so you can't just do things and can get output very fast. So for eliminating that, if you are doing everything, if you're practicing Kotlin, if you're learning Kotlin on Android Studio, then it would be very difficult for you because of the lag of time, because it takes a lot of time to build things, build programs, so it's not feasible. That's why they introduced this thing called Playground. This is called Kotlin Playground. So Kotlin Playground is nothing but an online editor which works extremely fast, and you can practice whatever you want to practice here. Okay, so how it's gonna work, like I'll teach you something, then I'll ask you for something, then how you are going to show me what you created. So you have to go and click on the share button. Once you come on this, you have to click on this copy button, and you have to copy it and just directly paste it in the comment. Okay, so from there I can see your code. Okay, now let's understand what Kotlin is, how it works. So let's start by main function. Okay, so there is something I have written. I was working on something. Let's comment it out for now. So as you know, as you might have some experience with C or any other language like C or something like that. So you might know that there should be a main function. If you don't have this main function, your code will not execute. Okay, so you should have this main function. Main function is the function from where the code starts running. Okay, otherwise it won't be able to start. And something I would like to digress from this technical nature of what we are talking in this presentation and tell you something metaphorically, that if you are working in Kotlin, then the main thing is fun. Okay, so if you are working Kotlin, you will get a lot of fun. So the fun is the main thing. Okay, but here this fun keyword means function, and this main means this is the main function. Okay, there are some first year students who don't know about coding. So students just see that it's just a function and it's the name of the function. Okay, it's just the name of the function, and then you put a curly brace. Okay, this curly brace denotes that there is a code block. So everything that is inside this two parentheses, these two curly braces, is just it's just the code block which will be executed when you will call this function. Okay, so just normal things like most of you might know Java, okay, and Java being the like a sister of Kotlin. So I would like to compare Java and Kotlin for few things, not for many things, just for few things. So like in Java, when you are in Java or in even in C or C++, whenever you are declaring and initializing a variable, you need to specify the data type. You need to specify the data type, but in case of Kotlin you can omit that. Like I am writing well dice whatever, like dice range, I'm just writing it, it's not required to take it, and I'll take a small int and I'll say one. Okay. So, and also you don't need these semicolons like in Java. So, variable, VAL stands for variable. That's the name of the variable. That is the data type of variable, and this is the value of variable. So, this part is called declaration, and this part when you add this and give a value to a declared variable, it is called initialization. Okay, first year students, so declaration is something when you declare that there will be a variable or there will be a small like a place in the memory by the name of dice range. So this is called declaration, and when you assign a value to it, it is called initialization, because you are initializing this variable by giving it some kind of value. So what is well? Because there is one more keyword which is used to declare variables in Kotlin, and that is called var. Like let me write first. Dice range int is equals to 2. Okay, I should do it like this. You should not have two variables with the same name. So what is the difference between val and var? Both of, see, the similarities, both of them are used for declaring variables in Kotlin language. But the difference is when you're using val, it is a similar of using final keyword in Java. That means once you use well, you can't change the value of the dice range. Okay, if you will try to change it, you will get an error. But if you are using var, now it is mutable. You can change its value, like you can change its value from dice range 1 equals to 2 to dice range 1 equals to 3. There will be no errors. But if you are changing value of val, then you will get errors. So val is something like a variable in Java, but with the final keyword. Okay, and var is a normal variable. Okay, that's it. That's there. So for creating this app, let's see what app we want to create now. Wait, just a second. There's Style Explorer. So this is the app which we are going to create by the end of this session. Okay, this is a very simple app. You can see there is a image in the center with a button called roll. When you call, when you click on this roll button, you see a message like you got 5, and you see the image of dice showing that the 5 is the value we are seeing right now. Okay, so that's the overall functionality of the app. Now we are trying to create this app. Okay, so let's see. We will be doing this by the use of object-oriented programming concept, but first I will try to make it without oops. And once we'll create it without oops, then I'll extend that same app to the oops concept. Okay, just be patient and see how it works. So first off, before doing anything, like I will like I want to introduce this print talent thing to you. After that we can start with the app, and everything I will explain in the app only. Everything, like there will be a lot of things, like we are not going to use a lot of things today. There are few things, few type of keywords, few type of like conditional statements, this variable and this where and well means declaring variables and all. So I've covered the variables part. The only thing left is control flow. And if you don't know what control flow is, then just wait for a few minutes. We are coming on it. Before that, this one thing left. There is just one thing left, that is print. Okay, what is print now? See, there is this keyword print. That print something. You have to put a like a string inside it. Say I am Yuvraj. Simple. When you put it, you run it. As I told you, it's a fast online editor, so it just gave output very fast. So I am Yuvraj. Okay, as you can see. Now I'll write again. I am a CSC student. So I got this thing, and I don't like this thing because it's saying I am Yuvraj, and this I is connected with J. Okay, I don't want this. I want I am a CSC student to come in the next line. So just tell me what I can do. Just tell me. Let's say this is the line number one, and say this is the line number two. What changes I need to make it I am Yuvraj in the first line and I am a CSC student in the second? Tell me, guys, in the comments. Oh, backslashing. Nice. Is there any other way? Oh, Rudransh got it. It's print. Okay, that's the thing. You can add backslash n, that's a new line operator. You can run it, you see the desired output. But in Kotlin, you can directly use this thing called println. Println automatically add this backslash n, that is called the new line operator, on its own. Okay, if you are typing it like this, then instead of getting a concatenated string, you will get two strings in two different lines. So that is also something that is there in Kotlin. So we like how much we learned. So we learned about the variables, then we learned about the print statements, and now one more thing is left, and that's conditions. So let's look into them as well, and then we will start with that. So there is this thing called control flow. So do any of you know about control flow? Why do we call them control flow? Answer it. Why do we call them control flow? Why are they called control flow? Just type it in the chat. Why are they called control flow? No one? Guys, you might be typing, I guess. Nice answer. So this is the beauty. Like control flow is something that if you add some words and it will become the definition on its own. The control execution of they change the flow. They just controls the flow. They just controls the
Just
flow.
controls the flow.
That's it. Where was it? Oh, this is W. Yeah. So they just control the flow of your program. What do you mean by control of flow? See, when there are no junctions, when there are not more than one condition, or yeah, one scenario, then there is this streamlined flow. You don't need to go anywhere. But when you have more than one options, when you have more than one choices to take, you face many other scenarios that can happen with your code. To control that flow, in which directions should my code go for that particular conditions or for that particular scenario, we need some kind of controllers, or you can say conditional statements. In two words, they're called conditional statements. So what kind of conditional statements we are going to learn today? We are just going to learn the two conditional statements, and that's enough for us to create our dice rolling app. So the first is if. So everybody, I guess I can't believe if you haven't heard about if else statement. So everybody know about if else. So what happens in if else? I'll give us small demo. You write something if, you write something, a condition. I'm just writing it. Sorry. So you write a condition, then you will write something. Okay, if that condition is followed, then this code block will be executed. If not, or if else, otherwise this condition will be, sorry, this code block will be executed. What if you have more than two cases? This thing will work for two cases: when you are satisfying a single condition and when you are not satisfying a single condition. So there are just two flows. What if there are more than two flows? What you'll do then? Then you use this thing else if. In some programming language it is elif. I guess in Python it is elif. So else if. So you will use else if. So you will type, where it was here, you will type else if, then you can add condition number 2. Let's name it condition number 1. You have condition number 2. Similarly, you can have as many condition as you want. Okay, and at the end you can cover the all remaining cases under the code block of else. So this is if else conditional statements, and the thing which you should remember is this keyword. This is else if. It's not elif or anything else, it's else if here. Okay, just keep it in mind. And the advanced version of doing it, this is when statement. Okay, like if you have a lot of conditions, so it's cumbersome to write all of them. Okay, it doesn't looks good, it doesn't look appealing and easy to understand to write 1,000 conditions or five, even 10 12 conditions like this. So we use this thing called when. What do we do here? We write when keyword, then we enter a condition or a keyword, whatever you want to say, depends on the scenario, whether it is a condition or a variable or anything like that. It should give a value. Okay, it should be a value, like it should be a value, you would say. Value is a better word. Okay, so when this value matches with this thing, let's say, what could be a way, like it matches with one. Let's say that here we have something in integer. Okay, this value will be integer. This value will be integer. Let's say this value will be integer. So if it is equals to 1, then execute this thing. This thing I'm writing, this thing, though this is a keyword, you can't use it in program like this. So it will return this. If the value is not 1 but 2, then you may write, yeah, this thing number 2. So similarly, you can create a list of values. So if you put a value, it will filter out that what is the condition. Is this value equals to 1? Then I'll do this. When a statement thinks like this, I will receive a value and I'll match it to the entire list I have corresponding to different values. Like if I got a 1 in values, then I'll execute this thing. If I get a 2 in the place of value, then I'll execute this. So that's how when statement works. If you want to cover any other value except a part of 1 and 2, you can write else and write this thing number 2, number 3. Okay, that's it. So that was the syntax for if else. If else, in if else you should remember else if, and in when you should remember that there will be when keyword. After that you'll receive a value, then that value, if 1, will do this thing, if 2 will do that thing. So it's not required that it should be an integer or it should be 1 2, it could be anything, but the thing is this should match with any of these. Okay, that's the only thing, only requirement. So in better words, you can say when variable or value, whatever you want to say, this matches with any value. This is match with value like 1 or 2, as I gave you the example of integers. So matches this value, then execute this code, whatever is written after it. So that's it. Okay, now let's start with our app. Before moving to our app, tell me how many of you have downloaded Android Studio. Android Studio, how many of you have downloaded Android Studio? Yes, it is similar to Switch. Yeah, it is similar to Switch. But there's few little difference, but we are not going into it for now. How many of you have downloaded Android Studio?
So Android Studio will be required for the further sessions also. So it would be better if
Yeah.
you
For
do that.
today, it's like if you haven't downloaded
Yeah,
yet, it will work.
yeah,
But
it's fine.
from next class,
From next
yeah, but
session, that will be tomorrow.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay,
Okay,
download and not
downloaded
install,
but
not install. Okay, so not a problem. Let's start. See, whenever you will download Android Studio, what happens is that when you will start it, it will start in this way. You can see a list of apps. In my case, because I have created some apps and that are there in the memory, that's why you can see a list of apps. Otherwise, you will find it empty and there will be a plus sign. It will look a bit different, but then you can figure it out like how to click on new project. Okay, then you'll click on this button new project. Just be with me and understand each and every step with complete clarity. Okay, so first of all you will click on new project, and that is intuitive. You want to create a project only. So as you can see, as I asked you earlier, that there are a lot of devices other than phones that support Android. So by using Android Studio, you can create apps for Wear OS, that's like your watches or like your Google glasses. You can create apps for your Android TV. You can create apps for automotive uh, stereo systems of cars and all. So whatever you want to make. So for now our focus is on phones. So we'll go in this phone and tablet. It is like something that is selected by default. Then we have to go in this empty activity. The thing is that they provide you a lot of code. If like if you want to select any kind of template, like if you know that you're going to make an app that will have a bottom navigation activity, that will have a bottom navigation bar. If you don't know what the bottom navigation bar is, just see it is empty. What is different in it? There is a navigation bar at the end. So that's what we call bottom navigation bar. So if you want a app, if you want to create an app that has a bottom navigation bar, then why to code it if you can get it from the template? So that's why these templates are useful. Like if you want to make a full screen app, then you can select this. If you want to make an app that has Google Maps activity in it, then you can select this. And like you can select based on your requirement. So we are going to use this empty activity because we don't have any that sorry, any demands or anything. We don't want anything, we just want a simple thing to learn. So we are going to start with empty activity. So let's try to understand how to fill this form because it is important. If not now, but in future when you will create apps that you will deploy in Play Store, it is important to understand each and every single step of this filling of this form. Okay, so you have to name your project. That's the basic thing. Let's say it is roll my dice. Let's roll my dice. Simple. Now, what is this package name called? Why we are creating this package name? If we have a name, then what is the need of package name? Can anybody tell? Can you think of a reason that if we are giving a name to our application or our phone, sorry, of our app, or phone app means Android app, then why do we need a package name? What's the necessity? Can anybody tell? Like, just guess. Just guess. Doesn't matter, it's just for hardware acceleration. Okay. It says Intel. Okay. Something else was going on. Okay. Differentiates F from right answer, Mohit. Right answer. So just think of a time when you want to deploy a calculator app on Play Store. So you can imagine how many calculator apps are there on Play Store already. So if you are just see, this thing doesn't matter if you name it anything, it will never matter. It matters when you deploy it. If you are deploying it to Play Store, for example, like in my case, it is appearing to be something else, but when you will open it for the first time, it will be like com.example dot your application name. That will be the format. Like, let me write it for you, otherwise you will get confused. Example dot this roll my dice, roll my dice. It may look like this. The thing is, by default, it is of the nature of com.example dot something or the name. So, but if you want to deploy your app, just remember this thing. You have to change this word example. It is set by default. But then if you are not changing it, then you would not be able to put your app on the Play Store. So just be vigilant whenever you are filling this form. For practice, it's okay. You need not to think a lot about it. But when you want, if you are serious about the app and you want to deploy it, then please put a name very carefully and remove this example. So I'm also removing this example. You need not to do this because you're not going to deploy anything, but I'm doing it just for the sake of telling you what's good and what you should do. So I'll name it GDSC. Okay, GDSC dot roll my dice. Okay, that's fine. This is the save location. You know what save location is. That's the place where it's going to save on your laptop or PC or system, whatever it is. In my case, it is desktop for you to see it when it will be created. Language, I'll use Kotlin. And what is minimum SDK? SDK stands for Software Development Kit. So the thing is, if you there is minimum SDK. Minimum SDK means you select a version of Android, and it will work on all the Android version which were there in the past. But if there are any latest version or later version of Android, if there is any later version of Android, your app will not work on it. Okay, it's just the minimum SDK. Okay, did I say anything wrong? What I said? Oh, minimum SDK. So okay, I said it correct. Okay, that's the thing. So the thing is, if you are choosing something like, let's say this is Oreo, you selected something that is very recent, at least recent than Lollipop. Okay, Lollipop was selected. If you select something that is more recent, okay, okay, you select something that is more recent, and now you can see that your app will run on lesser number of devices. When your Android version increases, like from 5.1, we increased our Android version to 8.1. What you will get? You will get many new functionalities, many new other things which you can add in this Android version, which were not there in Android 5.1. But what do you lose? What do you lose? You lose the number of users, because there will be lesser number of users for more recent version, for more recent Android version. So in this case, for Android 8.1, there are just 78.7% of devices it will support. For Lollipop, it will support 97.3. For Lollipop 5.0, it will support 98. So it was the recommended one, and I'm not going to change it. So basically, it is just a trade-off between the number of users and the functionalities you get from the latest version of Android while you are creating any kind of app. So just be wise. If you don't want anything that is something very extraordinary and takes something that is of very new functionality, then don't go for recent Android versions. Otherwise, you will lose your audience. Okay. And you don't need to choose this legacy Android or support libraries. Otherwise, you won't be able to use many things like Android or support libraries. Legacy, okay, play services, you won't be able to use Jetpack libraries. And in this workshop, and even every developer, it has nothing to take with this workshop. We need to use Jetpack libraries. That's the today. Okay, everything behind that was in past. So if you are working on any app, you will always unselect it. Okay, you will never check it. Then you will finish, and it will take some time to create your project. Till then, we can answer some questions. Shrish, is there any question? Is there any question I can answer in a minute? Package name works package name works as idea. It works as an identity when you're deploying it. I guess package name is unique. Yes, you are correct. One package for each window. What do you mean by window? Okay. Sort of primary key. What happens if you copy an existing package name? Oh,
package.
then it will say that you are doing something that's
Yeah.
not like correct. Can we change the package name afterwards? See, the thing is, you can't, because then what you can do, like you see, like if you are think like, in my case, once I was deploying an app. Okay, so then I didn't know that you have to change it from com.example. So I tried to change the package name, though it might be possible, but it is not easy. So what we did was we just created a complete new project, and we copied every single file, or code of every single file, and pasted it in the new project. That's what we did. So it's not easy, at least. Even if it is possible, it's not easy. So be careful in the beginning only. Can we change the packaging afterwards? Okay. I've came across apps which work on phones but not on tablets. Why so? Okay. Should not be the case. Perhaps, uh, sorry, I don't know about it. They should work, because
Might
it
be because of the aspect ratio or something that
could be like,
is
but
not.
then I've created simply the apps, and I
Yeah.
can test this same app on the tablet. I have this tablet AVD as well. It will work, but there might be, see, there are a lot of things even we don't know. So I will not
Hmm.
answer something wrong. I'll just say that I don't know. So okay, Android Studio uses what resources? most? RAM. It uses RAM. And if it
Yeah.
is uses is using a RAM, then it's your CPU. So
I would say 4 GB would do, but 8 GB RAM would be better for Android Studio to work fine.
he's just asking that Android Studio use what resources the
Okay,
most,
yeah, then
that's RAM or
RAM
CPU.
only.
How much time do I have to put in per day? See, it depends on you. See, it depends like how interested you are to learn it. See, the minimum prerequisite is you just need to do these 6 units. If you are able to do the 6 units even without attending any session or without getting engaged with us, you can do it on your own. We will give you a certification, but then it will be very tough on your side and you will miss a lot of things which we will tell you based on our own experience. We are doing Android from an year now, so we have a lot of experience which we can share with you. Like, we also were beginners someday in the
Yeah.
past, so we can tell us like what you should not do and what you should do. So that's why we are here. Otherwise, this website is there for everybody. You need not to join any GDSC program for that. So what was the time? So it depends on you. Just at least try to complete the units, and like it depends on a person to person. Like I guess 2 hours. So I guess 3 hours will do if you are just a normal level person. How to become a member of GDSC Bits Goa? Shish, please take this
Uh,
question.
so, so we will roll out the forms later on, and maybe take a session for the same. But we will tell you all when we will build the crew team, and also we'll be recruiting for the core team. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, Mohit, is Kotlin a totally different language, or is it made using Java somewhere or the other? I mean, if Java apps can use Kotlin, then there should be some relation. The thing is, when see, Java is created by Oracle, and this Kotlin is created by these people called, what were their name? It's just, do you remember? I'm not getting the name on. It's just uh, these PyCharm, I guess. Kotlin. Just search it.
JetBrains, I guess, right?
JetBrains, yeah,
JetBrains.
I was not
Yeah.
getting the JetBrains. So the thing is, these are two different companies, but JetBrains kept this thing in mind that they want to replace Java. They want, see, the thing was they made everything that was working in Java, but they wanted a version or a language that is more efficient than Java. Every time you see any advertisement of Kotlin, you will find out that they will say that we are better from Java in this thing, in that thing, because they have worked on the flaws of Java, and they came up with a new language that covers everything that people used to find difficult while they were developing softwares in Java. So that's how this Kotlin thing is made. So, and that's the reason why Java thing is interoperable with Kotlin, because they kept this thing in mind that they want to build a language, create a language which is interoperable with Java. They wanted to replace it, and they can't replace it without working with it. Okay, so that was the reason. In my system monitor, it is showing that Java is using 2.3 GB RAM. Is it okay? It's fine. It depends. Like if you're using Android Studio, and like if you're building something, it will use even more. It depends. What are your PC specs right now? How long does it take to create a project on that? It depends. It again, it depends. It depends like what is the size of your project, and I guess 512 SSD will work, and 8 GB RAM and 512 SSD will work fine. It's like JetBrains. I'm getting a lot of JetBrains. Actually, there is some lag in the answers. I get answers very late. So, like, type is great. Will recording be available after this video? Yeah, recording will be available after this
Yeah,
video. Okay,
recording will
so
be.
it's, yeah. So it's here. It was similar to like we put something in oven. We close the oven. We are chatting with each other. We are waiting for the cake to be prepared, and now the cake is prepared. Now we'll eat it. Okay. It is going to be delicious one. Okay, so the things which you should keep in mind, once the Android Studio will open up, it will be like overwhelming. It is like completely overwhelming. You would not be able to understand how many different things are there. There are, I can see 100 elements right now. But the thing is, what approach you should take while learning about Android Studio is, see, whatever comes in the way, just learn it. Whatever comes in, just don't try to learn it in this way that this is file, this is edit, this is view. Don't start from the top left corner and come to bottom right corner. It's not the way. The better way is just learn about everything about something that comes in the way. So let's do it. What I mean is, first of all, it is possible that it starts with this thing. So this is the project tab in which you can see various different various different ways you can arrange your files, like project packages, project files, project source files, and all. But if you are developing, then you have to make sure that it is Android. So like if I do if I'm not if I don't if I'm not telling this thing, then I know that a lot of people will ask that mine is looking like this and I am not able to find where my files are. So I resolved a doubt which would have came in future. So that's the answer to that doubt. You have to select Android. First thing I'm emphasizing on, you have to select the Android. Once you select the Android, now it's life is very easy. What we need to do, it will be like this in the most condensed form. It will be like this. Now just see, don't think about manifest for now, just see Java. Go to Java. You will be like, we are doing Kotlin and we are seeing Java. Yeah, the folder name is Java only. Okay. Now you can see that there is com. From where this com is coming? If you remember that, then we wrote com dot gdsc dot our this application name. So it is the package name. So this is the package com. Then this is the package GDSC. So it was like com dot gdsc dot roll my dice. So here it is com, inside com we have GDSC, inside GDSC we have roll my dice. So you can understand everything, every code that is that we will create will be inside roll my dice. And this is something we call main activity. Okay, so we understood few things about this panel, and that was just, you have to go to Java, go to com, like there are three coms. One is Android test, the other is test. We are not going into that. We just need to go in this com, and then we have to click on GDSC roll my dice, and you will get the main activity. Okay, now now activity came. So what I told, whatever comes in the way, just try to understand everything about it. Okay, and if you are going to learn Android development for many days, then you will come across everything, and that's how you will understand everything. Just don't start doing abcd right now. Okay, so once you come in this main activity, let's say that it is nothing is here. Let's see, nothing is here. I just came on main activity, I clicked on main activity, and now here it came. So it is showing that this is package name and these are the imports. So don't talk about it. The thing is, Android has a lot of advanced concepts, like what is packages, what is object oriented. If you know object oriented programming, you can understand all of it in the very beginning. But as I promised, like there are students from the first year, so I will not jump into object oriented programming, and it is not even required that much. So we will not be talking a lot about the concepts of object oriented programming. I would not say that this is a class that is extended from app compact activity class. I will not be saying these kind of things, so don't worry, just relax. So what the thing we should understand here is, see, every time I'll be telling you something, teaching you something, I'll try to help you focus on single thing. I'll ask you to focus on one thing. There will be a lot of things in the environment, there will be a lot of things in the surrounding, but you have to focus on some thing which I am telling you to focus on. So for now I am telling you to focus on this on create. So as similar to what I told in the case of main, that you need to have a main function, otherwise your program will not be executed or compiled, even compiled. It will be compiled but not executed. So in this case, in case of Android, you don't need a main function, but you need a on create function. So this on create function is in analogy with the main function. So in this on create function, what this on create function does is, whenever this activity, what is activity? See, the thing is, you have something, you have two things. There are two types of file. One is these Kotlin files. The other are, if you are opening this resources folder, as I promised, if I'll open something, I'll tell everything about it. So this is the resources folder. What is resources? As the name suggests, resources you are going to use in your app. So in this, there is thing called layout. Okay, let's go to slides and learn something about layout, and we'll come back to it and we'll move further. So there is something, this is the Android Studio. You know what Android Studio is now. After that, there is something called Android Emulator, which is also known as Android Virtual Device, which you call AVD. Where is it? This is AVD. So see, this AVD thing, This Android virtual device is something that works exactly similar to your own phone. It has everything. You can play YouTube on it, you can play Spotify music on Spotify, you can open Play Store, you can download apps. It will work as same as your original device works. Okay, you can type something in Google, you can get it from here, and it has some controls. Okay, I'm just if we are talking about AVD, let's cover it. So the AVD is, this is a phone. So first of all, how you'll get an AVD? See, in this complete screen, there is this only one place where you will see the name of phones or phone these mobile devices. That's this place. It is saying, I want to make everything intuitive to you. I don't want you to learn or mug up things. I just want if you want a Android virtual device, then you should try to find name of any device at least. So you will see that on in this complete screen, I'll cut everything. On this complete screen, the only place where you can see the name of the mobiles is this place. Here you can see this Pixel 4a. Okay, Pixel 4a, the Android version is written API 30. Okay, Pixel 4, not 4a, it's Pixel 4. Okay, so if you want to create a Android virtual device, how will you create it? See, there are some options. As you can see, there is this option called AVD Manager. What AVD is? Android Virtual Device. You click on AVD Manager, and just these are the devices I have downloaded already. I have downloaded already. If you want to create a new virtual device of your own, Acha, what is the need of virtual device? Comment it. Comment in the chat. What is the need of virtual device? Jay, like come to main activity. I'll come to main activity. What is the need of virtual device? To test apps. We have a phone of like we have our own phone. Then why do we need virtual device? Running test code. You can run the true code as well, the real code. You don't need to test the apps. That's true. That's but the question is, if I have a real device, then what's the need of virtual device? I have this phone. I can use it to see if it runs on different version. Nice answer. So the thing is, you you can have a phone. Okay, if you're rich, you can have three phones. You can have five phones. But what if you want like you want 10 phones of different screen size, different resolutions, different capabilities, and everything with different specifications? Then how will you get it? You can't just knock the doors of your neighbors. Do you have this if do you have a phone of this size? You can't do like that for that thing. And not only for that, if you want to create some conditions, scenarios, or some situations, like your battery is 30%, and now your battery is 100%, and now you'll wait when it will drain to 30%, then I'll test my app. It is not possible. For creating simulations like this, sorry, situations like this, for creating constraints like this, for testing it on different devices, even tablet, even Wear OS, even phone, TV, anything, we need these virtual devices. So how do you create one for yourself? You just see, just select the one which has this Play Store thing, Play App support, Play Store support. Otherwise, you won't be able to download things on that AVD. Just remember this. Let's select Pixel 2. Okay, Pixel 2, the size of the screen is 5.0, resolution is this, density is this. Okay, then you will click on next. After that, you will download a Android version. Here R is pre-downloaded, so let's just use it. Click on next, and you can name it. You can name it by your own name, but it's better if you keep it as the name of the original device. And then you click on finish, and that's how it is downloaded. Okay, now it is there in my list, so I can see it. Pixel 2, I can open it. This is the old one. Pixel 2 is going to open. I have to run something to open Pixel. Can't open it. Yes. Okay, so like it is we are done with it. It will open eventually. That's the thing. Now coming to the main activity. Somebody asked what main activity is. The thing is, as you can see, main activity is a class. So what happens is, like don't see it as a class. Just understand it in a way like we have a activity or we have a file which is Kotlin, which is written in Kotlin, where you define all the logics, and you have a we are creating front ends. So guys, by this Android, native Android and all, we are creating front ends. So for creating front ends, what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is that we have to create a UI. Okay, VFS name emulator corrupted. Okay, enumerator corrupted. Leave it if it is corrupted or something is there. We just leave it. We have to keep the pace. We have just 15 minutes left. Okay, let's select our Pixel 4 API back. Okay, it will work. Don't worry, we have many options. Okay, so what I was saying is like, see, you have to see things in this way, that we are going to create what front ends. By using Kotlin, you are not going to create the back end. You are just trying to create front end. You will create front ends. So the thing you will create is UI, user interface. User interface, the part of your app where the user interacts with it. See, you can interact with these things. You can interact with small things, like this is a hamburger menu, this is a title, this is this vertical three dot option menu, this is a heading, this is something text, these are images, and there is a lot. What do we call these different things? Like, this is something you can't just categorize things in text and buttons. Everything is not text and buttons. There are a lot of other things. Why do we call, what do we call them? We call them views. In the terminology of Android, we call them views. There are a lot of, there's a different, there are a lot of views available for us. You might know these basic views like text view. You can understand that's text view. You can understand this is image view. Wherever there is image, this is image view. Where there is text, this is text view. Where there is button, this is like your button view. Okay, but what about other? You will explore at least more than 10 20 different kind of views in these not in these next date, but in Android Studio you can see a lot of them. Means I just want to tell you that you might be thinking, as you are not an Android developer, you might be thinking there are just two views, text view, image view, and button view, but there are a lot of other views as well. Okay, we'll see it in today's class only. After that, I want you to understand a small difference between margin and padding. Achha, can anybody tell me? So its answer will be long, so I don't want to waste your time, because we are short on time right now. So what is the difference between margin and padding? See, this is view. Let's say this is image view. What do we mean by margin? See, how much distance you are away from this screen boundary, complete screen boundary. This is margin, or away from any other view. This is called margin. See, this is the best way I can explain you. See, these lines tell us that what is the area. Let's say these both are image views. Even if it is button, right, just assume that it is the image of a button. Okay, so these both are two different images. Okay, so these images, these their boundary are this, what you can see in the black boundaries. Okay, these are boundaries. The distance between them, it will be their margins. So you have this whole view, how much distance away it is from other view or from this complete screen. We call it margin. But inside a view, inside the boundary of your view, where is your content? See, my view is this long, this of this much height and this much width, but the content is not taking the complete space. There is some gap. This gap is called padding. See, by margin and padding, we fulfill this single objective of giving spaces. But in what manner we want to give spaces is determined whether we are using margins or whether we are using paddings. Margin is something that is the distance away, like after your boundaries, in the this region after your boundaries. And this padding is something that is the distance between the content and your own views boundaries. Like this, you can see this is a view in orange, this padding is there, and the content is in the middle. Content is not taking the complete space of the view. There is some padding which is differentiating it from the boundaries of the view. What is margin? Anything outside the view and between other views or between the screen outlines, it will be called margin. Okay, that's there. So after this, there will be layouts. So if you arrange views, so if you have views, you just can't throw views everywhere. You have to arrange them. So you arrange views in form of layouts or view groups. You can take them as synonyms for now, layouts or view groups. So view groups, as it says, group of views. Similarly, we call it layouts as well. So layouts is also when you arrange views in a group. Okay, this is called layout. And that's it. That's it. So now let's come back to it. So what I was saying is that when you are creating a front end of an app, then you have to work on two languages. One is Kotlin. There's one more language, that is XML. This XML, you create views, you arrange views, but what those views will do, that is decided under this Kotlin files. Let me repeat. You will you will design, I will not use the word design, but I'll say you will add views to your screen, you will arrange views in your screen by using XML. But what these views will do, what will be the functionality of these views, will be decided by these Kotlin files. So in simple words, you design things in this XML thing, and you give logic to the design, that if I created a button here, then what will happen after I'll click that button, that all will be decided from the Kotlin file. So that's there. Okay, now let's just make a rolling dice app and just complete today's session. So for making it, first of all, we want to do something that, as you can see, so here it is. Wait. We got both the AVDs. So I thought it was not working, though something is there which is not working, but it's not the complete AVD which is not working. So this is the new one which we created, a Pixel 2 API 30, which I created in front of you, and that was the old one. So I'm just closing it for now. We don't need it. We need just a single phone. Yeah, in this I have this app of dice roller. So in this dice roller, what are the two views you can see? Just type the name of the two views you can see in this dice roller app. Type it. Type the name of the two views you can see on the screen. Image view and button view. Right. It's right. So there are just two. Huh, okay. Actually, there is a lag. When you type something, I get it late. Okay, so don't curse me for that. So there are just two views. The one is this image view. The other is this button view. So let's just make it. So this is Up now there are few things. There are few things like, so I think like I'll introduce many things, but I'll not code in front of you because otherwise it will take a lot of time. What I'll do is I'll create things from like at meta level, and then I'll use the code I made in the evening, which I shared with you, and I'll tell you what all was there. So the thing is how you can make things. So as I told you, the approach, whenever you are arriving on something, just ask and understand everything about it. So as we arrived on this thing, what is this thing? First of all, we were talking about this main activity. So in this main activity, the only thing you should understand and remember for now is that there is a function called onCreate, which works very similar to the main function. That is the function which will be executed first whenever this main activity is running or whenever it is called. Okay, so this what was main activity, somebody was asking. So just take main activity as the first or the primary file, Kotlin file. I told you that there are two kind of files. The one is XML file, in which you just place the view, you just create the view, and the logic you want to give, like what will happen if someone clicks on that view, or what will happen after 10 seconds of that view opening up in a screen. You will define every logic associated with it in the main activity. So not in the main activity, but in the Kotlin file. So the first Kotlin file you will ever see, or the primary Kotlin file, will be main activity. So that's the answer for main activity for you for now. It's not the correct definition, but for you to understand now, it's just the definition that main activity is the first Kotlin file you will see. What is a Kotlin file? Kotlin file is a file in which you define the logic for views which you create on the XML files. Okay, that's it. Now we have reached here, we will try to understand everything about it. The first thing you can see is there are palettes. Sorry, there is this thing called palette. Palette is something from where you can add views and like whatever views you will add, let's say there's this thing called hello world, this is a text view. Okay, so this is a text view. Now like you can add things from palette, like let's see, just maximize it again, wait, and the component tree as well, the thing to show, come here, and let me add one thing. There's some lag in my Android Studio because it's not giving the suggestions for now. Just wait a second, it will start working. There's something which happens like sometimes, like it doesn't respond. Well, okay, we can do one thing. We can just open dice roller. Okay, that's the way you open some new project. If you are working on some project, you can. The other reason is I have opened it. Okay, close it. Actually, you should not check your apps on this AVD because it takes a lot of space in your RAM and it will make your PC slower. That's the reason. See, I told you many advantages of using AVD, but I told you that AVD is used when you don't have that particular kind of phone, when you don't have that particular kind of situation, then only you use AVD. But for the normal situations, you don't use AVD. What you use is what you use is that a real device, and how you will connect a real device, you have to follow some steps that are given in the module, and after following it you will be able to check your apps on your phone. So you should do it on your phone, otherwise if you are opening up a AVD, then it will take a lot of time because it consumes a lot of RAM from your computer, and Android Studio in itself is a very heavy application. So you should not try these things simultaneously, and that's why using a physical device is always advisable. So what I was saying is, as we are low on time, I'll show you this thing. Okay. So this is the thing, like when you are on the design tab, you can see everything in the design view only. I'll repeat on it later, means in the next class I'll repeat it once again. I see the time is very less, so I'm not going to create that app right now. The two things I can do is, one is like, tell me what I can do. Either I can create a video on my own without you all, and I can upload it on YouTube, and I can give you the link. Okay, let me ask you, this is the one thing. The other thing what I can do is, we can take one more session, or we can extend the time of that session, next session. What do you want? You want me to create one more video for explaining this dice roller app, or do you want me to extend the next session to a little more of time, like it will take at least half an hour? What do you want? Extension in the next session, or just a video which I'll create on my own? You can watch it on 2x or anything video. Shish, what do you say?
Actually, you can do it in the next session if you want.
Like,
Or
but then there is a lot of things we have to cover in the next session. Extending
extend
next
next.
session. See, the thing is, we are there with you on the WhatsApp group. If you want to
Yeah.
ask anything, you can ask is there. It's nothing like if you get a video, then you won't be able to ask doubts. You'll always be able to ask doubts. The thing is that I want to stop the session right now is because I want to answer your questions and queries right now. Otherwise, we will not be left with any time to answer your questions. So that's the reason I want to stop it now. It's just that we have covered it till this thing, when I told you about there are two kind of files. One is Kotlin file, the other is XML file. We haven't covered the thing that how to create designs on this, okay, and then how to give logic by using Kotlin. We know that there is something called XML in which we will add views, and that views will be arranged in something called view groups, which we know as layouts as well, and we will give logics to them by using the Kotlin files. But we don't know how to do it. So we have covered what, and we have to cover how. Okay, so that's the thing. We'll cover how. A WhatsApp group is admin only. We will open it for sure. We'll do something. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Should we give quiz one right now? No, you need not to give quiz one right now. It's not required. You have to see. You have to go to it. Go to this where it was. Why isn't it working? Ah, come. Okay, so you have to go to it, click on explore, then you have to go in Kotlin, introduction to Kotlin. You have to explore, then you have to do everything, and after the end of every pathway, you will get a quiz like this. Then once you click on a quiz, see, I'm not signed in, that's why acha, it's coming. What is a program? Then a specific task or tool that helps you to write and all, and which keyword do you define function in a Kotlin like this, fun, and you have to answer it like this, and then you will submit the answer. Quiz is just a part of the curriculum, nothing else. It's not like if we are validating you on the base of the on the basis of the quiz. Actually, quiz just takes 22% of your complete. It depends, it depends. Like it's not the thing that they will see whether you have completed this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and not. If you haven't completed it and you are directly jumping to the quiz, then you won't be qualified for the badges. You have to be in the sequence to get the badge. Okay. Now let's take the doubts. What exactly do we have to do after this session? Okay, see, what exactly you need to do is you have to go to this website. Okay, go to Android Basics in Kotlin. Okay, click on Unit 1, Kotlin Basics. Okay, then you have to complete all these four pathways. The last one is the add a button to an app. This thing I was trying to cover in this session only, but due to time constraints, I'm not covering it. But everything before it, like introduction to Kotlin, create your first step, build a basic layout. So this all is very easy, intuitive, and you will get it from by reading only, and you don't need my assistance for it. So just do it easily. You can do it easily and just try to read. If you have any doubts, so we either will create a new group for doubts, or we will open it for everyone to ask doubts. Okay, we'll see that. Any other doubts? Shiz, is there any
Any
other
other
doubt I
doubts?
missed? Do you have any others? Otherwise, we can wrap it up. It's 10:30 already.
Yeah. So what? Okay. Uh, so you can actually go ahead and complete the modules.
Actually, I told him, like, I answered that question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we
Okay.
are done here.
Yeah.
Jay, okay. Good night, everyone.
Yeah. Good night. So it was a great session,
So,
Yuvraj.
also tell them what's the next date. So, you guys have to come tomorrow at the same time, 9
Mhm.
p.m., and we'll starting many new things, and we'll covering whatever we left. And we will also be instructing you on the WhatsApp group. So, just keep eyes on your WhatsApp group. We will giving every kind of instructions there only, and whatever will be there, we will try to help you and assist you with any kind of doubts, any kind of help. If you think that there is some kind of flaw from our side, or there is some kind of things we can do from our side to help you better, we are always we are always
Yeah.
happy to extend our like our work and our hard work to help you learn better. Okay, so it's not a
You can
problem.
give
Printal and Kotlin.
suggestions. You
Yeah,
can even DM me
suggestions,
or
anything.
give suggestions.
Just you can just DM me on WhatsApp. It's that easy.
Yeah. So
Okay, so I guess
I think it was
it
a
was a
great
nice
session,
session,
Yuvraj.
nice
Yeah.
audience. You all were very like I saw a lot of replies. I'll say Mohit Tiwari was the person, the first like the what was the title he decided to give? Okay, that was this first best performer of the day.
Best
I s-
performer of it.
of the day, Mohit Tiwari. Yeah, for today it was Mohit. Congratulations, Mohit. Let's just
Actually.
clap for Mohit for once. Nice work, Mohit.
Yeah.
All
So
videos of the
tomorrow
yes, Akash.
the
Yes.
session
Excuse me,
tomorrow the
Ashish. Yeah.
session will be on layouts, right?
Okay.
Just
Yeah, it is
everyone.
on layout.
Hmm.
Tomorrow's session is on layout. Actually, I'll tell these things on WhatsApp group as well. So I'm just not telling everything right now. Yes, you need to do everything that is there in the
Like, if
units.
you
Otherwise,
already have some idea about the videos, you can like just read
you
the
can,
part and
yeah,
then
skip it, but then you have to go through it. Otherwise, it will not be
yeah,
counted. It
just
has
go through
some
the videos.
percentage. Okay, so
Okay, fine. So we shall wrap up right now.
yeah,
Uh, Thank you all for attending, and be sure to attend the session tomorrow at 9 p.m. Until then, take relax and keep smiling.
good night, everyone.
Good night.